Hey, goal diggers, Kimberly Olson here, back for another episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. Just a warning, my kiddos are home right now. We're on break, so they're playing cops and robbers or fighter and police girl, I don't know. But they are very loud right now, and we're just gonna roll with it because this is #mom life and we just get it done, right? So I'd love to welcome you guys on. Let me know how it's going when it comes to your follow-up strategy. What I'm gonna talk to you about today is how you can transform your business by upping your follow-up game. I've personally been able to be recognized as the top recruiter in my company. I was recognized this past year as #2 recruiter globally at my level, while with that 6-figure business I've built with my network marketing alongside a 7-figure coaching business. And I have 2 kiddos at home and I work from home. So how have I been able to do all of that and keep my sanity and still get 8 hours of sleep at night? With the strategies I'm going to teach you today, okay? So I want to know, when it comes to your follow-up game, do you have a follow-up strategy? Do you legit have a follow-up strategy, but are you also organized with it and understand the power of follow-up? The biggest struggle I hear from entrepreneurs is, I just don't have anyone to talk to. Like, I don't know how to get more leads. I know I shouldn't cold message or spam or do all these things, but like, I don't know who else to talk to, you know, and I'm trying to strike up conversations and it's just weird and awkward. Can I get an amen to that, right? Well, if you didn't know this, less than 1/3 of leads are never followed up on. So the first thing we want to acknowledge is that we're leaving money on the table because we're not organized. We're entrepreneurs, right? We squirrel. We're like, ooh, you know, I'm onto this thing, onto that thing. We don't like the idea of organization. We don't want anything to slow us down. The thought of like pulling up a spreadsheet, or I use Trello to track my leads. Now we've switched to Group Track, but any of that stuff, right? The thought of being organized and having to pause and write someone's name down, it makes us just lose our minds. However, if you start to understand the power of the follow-up and what it can do for your business, it is going to motivate you to 10x your results and go all in, okay? So less than 1/3 of follow-up leads are never followed up on. I want you to think about, you take the time to do a curiosity post, which I hope you're getting really good at those. You take the time to do stories and create a poll. Maybe you ask a question. You're getting some engagement, some traction. You move it to Messenger. You have a conversation. And you get to the point where you say, hey, I'd love to share with you what I have. Have you tried these products before? Have you, ever thought about building a business on the side of your, on the side, right from your cell phone? That's what we do. We're, moms here. I've got my kids literally in the background right now. And have you ever thought about doing something like that on the side? And they say, I haven't, but I'd love to check it out. Cool, right? This is awesome. This means you have a real prospect that you've exposed. Then what happens? They take a look and, you're doing the back and forth and it falls to the wayside, right? Or the conversation dies down. Or how about this? You send them a message and they don't respond back and you're like, oh, they're not interested, right? No. What you want to understand is that the follow-up is everything, because we're trying so hard every single day to get new people to talk to. What if we didn't try so hard to get new people to talk to? What if we said, you know what I'm going to do? It's 2 things I'm going to do. Every day, I'm going to put out great content. I'm going to lead with value. I'm going to set myself up so that the value I put out, the content I create, the free challenges, the Facebook Lives, the freebies, the lead magnets, the giveaways, all the things I'm doing are going to make my product, my service, or opportunity the obvious solution. Okay, so I hope you're all doing that. I hope you all have a content strategy. Okay, if you don't, click the link in my bio and you're going to see in Linktree that there's a free Trello board that's going to help you with your social media content. Get that down. Part 2, you're going to say to yourself, for every lead that I attract to me through this amazing content I've thought through and I'm being intentional about, I am going to take such good care of that lead. I'm going to write them down. I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to ask them great questions. I'm going to qualify them. I'm going to say, what's going on with you today? How can I serve you? How can I help you? I saw that you expressed interest in learning more about, clean beauty. Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe the toxins that were in my stuff, but I was overwhelmed when I would go to Whole Foods and look at all the choices or go online. I didn't know where to start. I don't like to, spend a lot of time in the bathroom because I've got little kids and there's no time for that. But I'd love to share with you how I've been able to make over my beauty routine 5 products in 5 minutes and they're super clean, okay? You wanna make it an obvious solution for people. Ask great questions. What's your biggest struggle? When it comes to XYZ, what do you need the most help with? What have you tried in the past? What has worked? What hasn't worked? I want you guys asking great questions, okay? So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna just love on that lead, ask questions, get to know them, see how you can help them. Mentor, let go of the outcome, build relationships, stop trying to close people, okay? That's phase 1. Phase 2 is you're gonna write them down. You're gonna put them on Trello. You're gonna put them on Group Track. You're gonna put them on a spreadsheet or in a notebook. I don't care, but you're gonna capture the lead, okay? And then what you're gonna do, and this is huge, okay? This is like superpower magic. You are going to say to yourself, how could I follow up with this person in a way that is going to give me permission to reach out and it makes sense for me to follow up? I'll give you an example. Let's say you were talking to the person about your amazing clean beauty products and they didn't end up ordering, okay? Which is common because people need more information, more time. It's just not the right time. And you said, hey, Susie, I know a couple weeks ago we were talking about, and you don't even actually have to reference it. They're going to see it in the conversation there. What you're going to say is, hey, Susie, I hope you're doing awesome. Wanted to reach out. I know we've talked about your interest in cleaning up your home. We're actually doing a free challenge. It's called Healthify Your Home in 5 minutes, whatever. We're doing this great free challenge. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have Facebook Lives and giveaways and prizes. It's going to be awesome. I'd love to get you an invite. Can I send that over? So now what we're going to do is we're going to get into our Facebook group with our free challenge where we're going to mention our products. It's not going to be like sell. It's going to be value driven, but we're going to give her awesome content, great value in the challenge, and we're going to work our products in and it's going to come up naturally. And you could even use it as follow-up. How did you like the challenge, Susie? I saw you were in there. I'm so glad you were able to participate. Hey, I'm actually doing a special offer for everyone who participated in the challenge. If you do want to go ahead and give the products a try, I'm throwing in a gift with purchase, or I'm throwing in, 20% off any item, or I don't know, whatever promo your company has going at the time, or you can make up your own things, okay? But do you see how what we're doing is we're reaching back out to Sally? Is that her name, Sally? We're reaching back out to Sally with a reason. We're not bothering her and doing the old school. So, Sally, are you ready to order? And then 3 days later, Sally, I saw that Timmy won his soccer game. How's it going? And then 3 days later, you're like, so Sally, did you want to go and place that order? We don't want to badger Sally. We don't want her to feel like we're just trying to sell her. And you really don't want to go about your business that way because energetically it's just not going to be aligned probably with how you want to show up and be with people. We want to serve and we want to offer value and we want to re-engage Sally with great stuff. Now, I'll give you another example to really bring this home. If you were looking at, say Sally was looking at the business side, okay, you're talking about the business side. You can use this for anything, guys. I'm just talking about network marketing, direct sales. You can use it for anything. So we're talking to Sally about the business side. And let's say Sally just kind of goes cold on you. So you've sent Sally a third-party tool. Follow-up was getting her into a 3-way chat. You go back to the one-on-one conversation with Sally and say, Sally, isn't my upline, you don't call her upline, but isn't my friend, Deborah, awesome? Man, I've learned so much from her and she's a huge reason why I've got my business to 6 figures. Anyways, what other questions do you have? Or do you want me to go ahead and send over the info to get started? And she's like, no more questions. Or maybe she says comp plan. Okay, you talk to Sally, you get her your website. She doesn't sign up, whatever reason, she just doesn't go for it. You could reach back out whenever appropriate, when you have an event, an opportunity event. We call them sneak peeks. And you could say, Sally, I know we've chatted about the business at some point, and we actually have this really cool sneak peek tonight. It's only 15 minutes, but so-and-so or myself, I'm going to be sharing about why now, why this is different, and how we're actually building businesses 15 minutes a day from our cell phones. Can I get you an invite? Get permission. Follow up, have a reason to follow up and ask her, can I send you an invite? I just had this happen yesterday. There's this girl, she sent an infographic from, I don't know what it was because I only talked to her once. We're in a similar coaching program and she'd asked me a question about the coaching program. So that's the only connection we have. She asked me for help on something and I answered her question. The next thing she sends is an infographic. It's a graphic and it says, tonight, whatever her name was, and then code ABC, or she sends me a graphic. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is for. I didn't ask to have this sent, and I don't know why she's sending it to me, and there's nothing here. Like, what is happening? Okay, you guys, I'm telling you, it is time to level up. It's time to disrupt the industry. It's time to be different. If you're watching this and you're like, yes, I want to level up, I want to posture up, I want to boss up, I want my income and my impact to be huge, then you got to think different. You got to think smarter, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to offer great content, offer amazing value, so people are raising their hands saying, yes, I want to know more about what you got going on in your world, girl. And then I want you to get strategic with your follow-up. I want you to get organized with it and have a reason to follow up. And don't forget to ask for permission. Are you with me? I think you are. Say me if you are. Say, yes, Kimberly, I'm with you. I want to disrupt the industry. I want to be different. I want to be bold. I want to be genuine. And I really want to connect with people and forge some great relationships. And I got to tell you, it's a lot more fun to build your business this way because you're interacting with people who want to interact with you, right? Instead of just pushing things down people's throats. That's not going to serve anyone. So it's time to level up for sure, okay? So if you're watching this right now, tag me in your stories and I'll give you a Goal Digger shout out. The Goal Digger Girl, GOAL. Throw it in your stories. Say what you loved about it. I'll give you a shout out as well. And I appreciate so much for watching. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.